At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning to you, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal, and you know, it is Friday. We got a 3-day weekend, I think, for many of you, getting ready to head out to maybe some outdoor adventures, maybe just kind of wrapping up that unofficial end to summer. So Friday is finally here, you know, and the thing is, it's definitely going to be a warm start or a hot start for many of you as we kick off that Labor Day weekend. Of course, today, some people consider that kicking it off, so it's going to be a hot start. Tomorrow, probably just as hot as it will be today before we see a nice little dip in our temperatures for the second half of your Labor Day weekend. In fact, let's get you right to Krueger's Quickcast. This is just kind of a quick look at your forecast so you can watch here at the top of the show, get the information you need. And if you don't want to stick around for a more detailed look, well, you don't have to. So let's get you right to the current temperatures that we're seeing out there right now. And yeah, it's still pretty mild out there this morning. 65 degrees for Redding, 68 in Chico. We're looking at 40s for Bernie and Alturas. Otherwise, you're looking at about 53 in Susanville, although Chester about 46. 50 in Mount Shasta City, and low to mid 50s out along the coast right now. You can see the visibility, it's dropping. You know, that fog is going to be making its way back here. We're noticing it today. We're going to notice it through most of your Labor Day weekend, as a matter of fact. So tomorrow, unfortunately, Sunday, unfortunately, probably looking at some of that fog as well. We'll take a look at some of the cameras out there. This is Elk Country just north of Trinidad. And again, you can kind of see some of that fog that we are seeing. And it's really, for the most part, up and down the coast because, as you can see right here, we are seeing some of that fog out in Crescent City. I was actually anticipating it to mainly stay south of Crescent City in the morning and then work its way northward, but it looks like it's decided to come a little bit sooner than anticipated. We'll take another look at elk country. Any elk out there? Can we see any elk? Doesn't look like it. It'd be nice. Wouldn't that be fun? Every once in a while, we can get here during the show here, and we will actually see some elk in there. But again, we'll take a look at the visibility, and you can see it's actually a little bit better down Eureka. But you can see some of that dense fog in Delnor County, some of the dense fog in central parts of Humboldt County as well, but not as bad elsewhere. And I do expect to maybe see some clearing, especially even along the coast. But taking a look at your out-the-door forecast this morning, again, some of that fog out along the coast here, but elsewhere, plenty of sunshine, mild temperatures, low 60s for Siskiyou County, Eastern Mountains, mid-50s for Modoc County, low 60s in Trinity County, and for the Valley, mainly in the mid-60s, give or take. All right, taking a look at Futurecast. So again, you can kind of see that fog kind of creeping its way northward through the day today. It's going to be pretty persistent, and it take you into tonight, still looking at that fog, and you can see it even creeps its way into some of those inland valleys, say around Blue Lake, for example, Ferndale, places like Rio Dell, for example, all seeing some of that fog. If you're not seeing it now, you're going to see it tonight. But most likely, I can see Rowdy is seeing a low marine layer in Arcata. Looks like, good morning, we have I'm going to Ferndale. That's right, I'm going to Ferndale tomorrow. I'm going to love that cooler coastal weather, that's for sure. And so let's take a look at our forecast here for today. The mostly cloudy skies along the coast. If we even see any clearing, quite honestly, temperatures 100 degrees or higher for Red Bluff northward, although much like yesterday, we were able to dodge that triple-digit mark for Chico, Willows, and Oroville. Now, we take you off to the eastern mountains, 90s there, Modoc County, 90s, Siskiyou County, 90s, 100 degrees for Trinity County. And take a look at this. We're going to take a look at some of your Labor Day 3-day weekend forecasts. So you can see for the Valley, it's kind of Sunday's that transition day to the cooler weather on Monday. So yeah, at least for the second half for your Labor Day weekend, you can expect to see temperatures drop below 100 degrees there. For Trinity County, temperatures in the upper 80s by our Labor Day. So again, you can just see this gradual drop in our temperatures here over the next 3 days. But today is going to be tomorrow will be a lot like today. And of course, the temperature is not varying much for the coast, mainly in the mid-60s there. We take you out to Siskiyou County, sunny skies today. Now, I have included some cloud cover on Sunday and Monday. I don't anticipate any rain. However, there could be a stray sprinkle or maybe even a light shower both Sunday and Monday. Stick around for the longer, more detailed forecast, and we'll take a closer look at that. And that will also explain why you're seeing slight chance for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Here's what I'm going to say to this right now. If you live in Modoc County or you're heading out to Modoc County to do something outside, don't worry about it. I would say just go out prepared. A poncho, an umbrella, just in case. Although most likely you're going to look up to the sky and you're going to see sunny skies, but we are going to see those afternoon clouds developing. So we can't rule out a stray sprinkle or a light shower, but I would not be worried about it. Even if you don't go out with a poncho, you should be okay. All right, Labor Day weekend for the eastern mountains, eventually down into the low to even mid 80s by your Labor Day. And hey, maybe you're heading out to Lassen Volcanic National Park. That's the place to cool off. 77 degrees on Sunday. Not even that bad for Saturday, the high of 82. And we're down to 70 by next Monday, Labor Day. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. So the drop in the temperatures will peak on Monday. And then you can see after that, temperatures begin to go back up. Won't be as dramatic for the coast, but yes, you'll see temperatures back to around 70. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Triple digits inland. Could even see some triple digits for Weaverville as well, but we'll keep it in the upper 90s for now. There's that chance for Alturas, but again, don't count on it. Don't worry about it. If you get caught under a stray shower, it will be for a very brief period of time. If. Again, the key word there is if. But there you can see after Monday, temperatures start to increase pretty much no matter where you go. All right. Well, today, let's get to the fires here real quickly here, and just a quick update. As of last night, Boise Fire just under 60% containment. We're seeing much better containment lines here, and look at the containment lines for Park Fire. We're now up to 94% containment. You just have that one little area in the northeast of the fire that is not fully contained at this point. But I mean, it's just looking better and better. However, when we look at the forecast, not looking so great. Now the winds right now are not an issue, but look at the winds here as we go into this afternoon. Not that bad actually, but we are seeing some green on the map indicating at least 20 miles per hour, maybe a little bit higher in some cases. So the breezes are kind of kicking back in this afternoon. The humidity levels will be low, back down into the single digits in most cases for the valley. And as we go into this afternoon, you can see the valley, central Siskiyou County, and in that high to even very high category. And then in that moderate category off into the eastern mountains. So that's what we have in store for us today. Looking at some of the cameras out there, this is Lake Oroville. There you can see there's a little better shot of the lake there. We're starting to see these lakes get a little bit lower and lower since the beginning of the summer season, but still looks pretty good out there. Lake Oroville at North Forebay. Doesn't look like we have much wind out there either. Take you out to Main Street Chico on Highway 32. There is the American flag, kind of blowing a little bit in the wind there. You can see the traffic. A lot of work trucks out there this morning. I take you out to Highway 99 at Neal Road. There you go. Moving traffic right along there. And Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive in Reading. Well, there you have it. Not a moving camera, but a camera nonetheless. This is not the NorCal Ag today. That was yesterday. We don't have that. I meant to change that. I didn't change that in my little thing here. No, we don't have that either. However, we do have, here it is, right there. Okay. So yes, Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. Went out to Haven Humane Society yesterday to meet our Pet of the Week. So here, check it out. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. This is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. We are at Haven Humane Society, and we have got our Pet of the Week. Of course, first we need to introduce our weekly guest, Katrina from Haven Humane Society. But of course, the guest appearance of Davis, right?
Yes.
So I'm looking at it, first of all, very cute. I like the beard. I like it all. Yeah. Oh, you like compliments and you like to give kisses?
He does.
What kind of breed would you say he is?
He is an ambiguous
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. I was going to say, like, it's kind of hard to know.
I think we have him as like a hound mix.
Hound.
But he definitely is one of those ones that I would love to see a DNA test for.
Oh.
Because I used to notice he has like the little beard.
Yeah, I saw the little beard you like.
He's got like the wiry little beard, like he might
like
have some
it.
like wire-haired
It
something
adds a little
in him.
character.
It does.
Yes.
Davis is a good boy. He can be kind of a wild child. He definitely wants something to do. He's really good at following his nose though. With toys and with treats, he really loves like searching for things and playing games and things like that. And as you can see, he's very friendly and very confident with people. He actually did our Camp Love a Pet back in the summer, where a couple of kids like worked with him and tried to teach him tricks and whatnot. And he's not always the quickest at learning tricks, but he's always very happy while he's doing it.
So kind of a happy dog. That's everybody loves a good happy dog. So good family would probably be really anybody, right? I mean, it's just somebody who can kind of handle some energy, it looks like.
Yeah, he definitely has some energy.
Yeah.
His biggest thing is he does love to jump on you a lot. So if that's not something that you love, it would be something you would need to work on with him. But he's always going to be happy to greet every guest that comes into your house.
We've all come across dogs like you, haven't we? Including mine. Loves to jump on people. Well, just as long as they don't have muddy paws. That's usually not not so much fun.
Yeah, that's when it's not a good time.
All right, so if someone was interested in Davis, how much would it cost?
So if you want to adopt Davis, his adoption fee is $75.
Okay, so it's your standard fee. Sounds like a plan to me. If you're interested in Davis or any other animals they have here at Haven Humane Society, of course, you can call the number at the bottom of your screen and they will take care of it. Well, thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Davis. I think you're going to find that forever home. I really do. I feel it. Because one of you is going to be watching, is going to go like, I got to take him home with me. So why don't you do that? Call that number and take Davis home with you today. We'll see you next week for another Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. There you have it. Davis, it really was a great dog. Had some good energy in there, but not too bad. In fact, it was really interesting because had some energy here a lot when we were walking out to the location we were shooting that video, and he had all this energy. And then after the video, you could see he was just sitting there. There was another dog just kind of walking by, and he was very curious about the dog, but he didn't have a ton of energy about it. He didn't want to go out and run after the dog or play with the dog. He was just kind of sitting there, like, looking at him. Didn't seem like he was scared, just very curious. So that's always able to get some of those shots of him kind of just sitting still. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, be sure to call Haven Humane Society, go to their website or whatnot to find out some of the other animals they may have there as well if you want to adopt and take one of those animals to make your home their forever home. All right, tell you what, let's get you right to the forecast here, the deep dive forecast. It's Friday. A lot of you probably getting ready to head on out. I'm not going to be heading out till tomorrow, but, I'm still excited. The 3-day weekend is almost here, although I have a 2-day weekend. But still, I'm excited about it. It's always nice. As you know, Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Well, the temperatures out there right now, you can see low to mid-60s for the Valley, 65 degrees for Redding, 68 in Chico, about 66 degrees for Oroville. There's about 42 for Alturas. In Wairika right now, a temperature of about 53 degrees. So we take a look at what we're looking at here with our weather headlines, and really it's going to be a hot start to your Labor Day weekend. Bottom line, 100 degrees or higher for the Valley in particular, but even the mountains still seeing some pretty hot temperatures, even through tomorrow. But by the second half of your Labor Day weekend, it's starting to cool off, especially for Labor Day. More clouds, though, more fog for the coast. We're seeing that today. I think we're going to see that through a majority of the weekend, by the way. I mean, there will be some clearing in some areas here, and even kind of making its way into some of those inland valleys. Some of those closer ones like Blue Lake, for example, Ferndale, places like that I think could still see some of that fog as well. But once the main system that moves out that is giving us the cooler weather, and not to mention even the fog, right? Once that moves out, we've got another warming trend for next week, and I'm expecting more triple-digit heat for the Valley and even some of the hotter mountain locations as well. So here's a look at the winds out there right now. That's pretty typical, right? Usually in the morning, we've got fairly calm winds. The afternoon, the winds pick up. Now, none of this is alarming, but due to the fact that it's still hot and dry out there, when those winds do pick up, that does elevate that fire danger. And that's the case again on Saturday. Now, Sunday is when the main disturbance will start to really begin to push through. This is when the winds will really start to pick up as well. So this is not only going to give us stronger winds, but it will also elevate that fire risk. But with those winds and with that system coming in on Sunday, the humidity levels may go up just a little bit. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's today. Of course, we're still mainly in those single digits for the valley, and still pretty dry even to the east of that as well. Still very dry for your Saturday. But again, look at Sunday. So instead of 5% humidity that we're seeing on Saturday, more like 10% for Red Bluff, right? So here's the thing. Yes, it is getting a little bit higher humidity, but 10% is still very low. So is 18%, and 13% and 10% up in Alturas. So yes, humidity levels going up a little bit. They'll probably go up even a little bit more on Monday, but maybe more like 15, 20%, but that's still low. All right, so when you factor in the heat today and the winds, we're in that very high category for most of us in the valley, not to mention central Siskiyou County, and low to moderate in the eastern mountains. But you see, as we go into Saturday, we're starting to see those the fire weather risk go up, but even higher. That's because the winds are picking up a little bit more, and that'll be the case going into your Sunday as well. I mean, we're even seeing some of that off in the eastern mountains here. So just bear that in mind when you're kind of out there, your Labor Day weekend activities, right? So we have this ridge of high pressure kind of pushing all the clouds and rain up to our north. We've got this area of low pressure right here. Now this one is not a cold low pressure system, but what it is it has some mild warm air associated with it, but not hot air. Okay, so we'll talk about that and what that means here in just a second. But let's talk about the fog along the coast. So you're going to see that. I mean, I still think there are some areas I could see some clearing this afternoon, but boy, that marine layer is it's going to hold on here. It's going to really hug that coast and even make its way into some of those inland valleys. Elsewhere, you're looking at sunny skies. All right, then we go into Saturday. Look at that fog. It's just sticking around. I mean, there's Ferndale, right? Even into Blue Lake, seeing some of that. But check this out. Look at that in Modoc County. You're seeing some clouds. Maybe a stray shower, maybe a stray sprinkle, but I don't anticipate thunderstorms at this point. Okay, so, I mean, we can't rule it out entirely, right? But, so just bear that in mind. If you're going to be out on a hike or any kind of outdoor activity in Modoc County, you may run into a stray sprinkle or light shower on Saturday, but I wouldn't count on being much or very widespread. So it's going to be few and far between, so most likely you'll be in that miss situation of the hit or miss, right, is what we're looking at here. Sunday, Futurecast not picking up on anything, but I still have that chance going into Sunday and even into Monday. Check out Monday. This is the long-range model, so it's a little bit more of a coarse model, but it still gives us a general idea. Now, it's putting it in for Siskiyou County. I'm going ahead and say, no, I don't think that's going to happen, but I think most of it will be off into Modoc County here, possibly. Again, that same situation. That is why you saw on that 3-day outlook for your Labor Day weekend for Modoc County. That's why I put that chance in there. But you can see just by looking at Futurecast that it's just not very alarming. And that's going to be the case. Now, through next week, looks fairly dry. But look at this. Maybe another disturbance coming in by the end of next week. Potential for some more showers and thunderstorms for Modoc County. But not set in stone just yet. So this is what I was talking about. There's that area of low pressure. Here's another area of low pressure, by the way. That's cold. This one's more in the mild, warm category. Now, we've got this bubble of heat over us right now. That's why it's been so hot and will be hot for the next couple of days. But as this area of low pressure and warm air kind of pushes to the east, it's going to push the bigger heat off to our east. So as a result, our temperatures drop. Is going to be a major drop? Well, about 10 degrees, but it's not going to be down to the 70s, but maybe some upper 80s for some of us in the valley. When I say not in the 70s, we're talking the valley. I think we're going to be looking at below 70s along the coast. You get the idea, right? But again, that warmer air will be right on top. That trough low pressure will be right on top of us on Monday. And then, so that's Labor Day, right? And then after that, that pushes to the east. And we got some more heat kind of coming in behind that. However, look at this right here. By Thursday, Friday of next week, we've got another weak trough of low pressure pushing through. That's warmer air pushing the heat back down to our south. So take a look at what we've got going on here. Number one, the temperature outlook has us above normal. And when we look at the overall trend, for the most part, yeah, the blue line is normal, right? So for the most part, yeah, you see a lot of above normals, but nothing major. The hottest it'll get up to 102 degrees. But we see that nice drop, and this is the roller coaster ride. Down, a nice little ride down, and there you get into the 90-degree mark on Monday. Then we kind of creep back up, and then back down again as we get to the end of next week. into that next weekend. So we'll certainly take it. This is, listen, it could be worse, right? This could all be 105, 110, 115. So this is pretty typical for us this time of the year. And these little breaks that we're getting, hey, even better. All right, so we take a look at our wave heights. We go into Friday. Today, yeah, they're fairly low. We go into Saturday. Looks like they're going to be even lower. So no small correct advisories, just that fog that you got to look out for. That's why you got that patchy fog out there. South winds at about 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the northwest at 7 feet at about 8 seconds. All right, so for today, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Yeah, we're about 100 degrees here along the Highway 299 corridor. So maybe you're traveling down Highway 299 to get to the coast, or vice versa, coast to the valley. It's going to be a beautiful day. As you start heading closer to the coast, you might start to see some of that fog kick in. As you start getting up, Berry Summit, you might be able to look down and see some of that fog off on the distance to the coast. Should be a beautiful sight, maybe a great spot to check out. But again, it's still getting hot for Trinity County. All right, we take you to the south, about 98 degrees for Hayfork, 90 in Peanut, 90 in Wildwood, Forest Glen about 91. And we take you off into the north coast, southward, 80 degrees for Honeydew, 94 in Miranda, 91 for Garberville, and Redcrest, about 84 degrees. We take you up north, Ferndale, 69 degrees there. You can see some of the fog. So that fog along the coast is just going to kind of filter in here. And we'll see some of that around Rio Dell, Hydesville, Fortuna, for example. But temperatures just kind of dropping a little bit here. Back in the mid to upper 70s by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Take you up north, Arcata, 65, 67 for Eureka. But yeah, a lot warmer for Hoopa and Willow Creek. But we're back down to the 80s. So a nice dip. I mean, quite a drop actually for Hoopa. And then we're back up to about 100 degrees here by the middle and latter part of next week. Take you up north, Smith River about 72, 82 for Gas Key, 69 for Klamath, and Oric about 69 degrees. Let's take a look at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. It's going to be about 100 degrees, Highway 96 here. I-5, upper 90s. You can see about 98 degrees for Wairika, 97 for Gazelle. Take it to Scott Valley. You can see those temperatures, mid-90s, 96 for Fort Jones, 96 Etna. Callahan about 94 degrees. And temperatures dropping on Monday before going back up through next week. And again, that's the same song and dance for everyone else. Dropping, then going back up. Weed about 94, as well as Mount Shasta, Dunsmuir 96. Temperatures getting even pretty warm for places like Tennant, Doris, McDola, basically around 90, give or take there. Take you out to Modoc County, we're looking at about 93 for Alturas, 93 for Canby, 91 for Aden, and looks like likely a high of about 93 degrees. Take you to the eastern mountains here. You can see about 93 degrees for Bieber, as well as Montgomery Creek. Bernie about 94. Now Bernie, you'll be looking at some pretty warm temperatures, but you're down to 87 on Sunday and 80 on Monday. But yeah, it's getting warmer again as we go through next week. Let's take you to the south, Lake Almanor, Lassen Park, Chester. You're going to be looking at a high of 86 by Sunday, 79 by Monday. But check out Lassen Park. Yeah, 64 on Monday, but it's back up to the 70s by Wednesday and Thursday. All right, we take it to the south, Paradise. You'll see a high of about 90. Temperatures dropping by Monday, low 80s. In Susanville, you get those temperatures going up by next week as well. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south. And yeah, you know what? I mean, we could dodge that triple-digit mark for Corning southward. Otherwise, we're at about 100 degrees for Red Bluff, 94 degrees for Durham and Gridley. Take you up north, 99 for Lakehead, 98 for Whiskeytown, about 102 for Redding in the city of Shasta Lake. Palisadro about 101, and 101 for Cottonwood. All right, here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. Whew, yeah, it's still hot to start off the Labor Day weekend, but again, it's not a complete loss. You do have cooler weather here for the second half of the weekend. That is your 3-day weekend if you have one. And then, of course, we're back in the upper 90s, a little over 100 degrees by Wednesday and Thursday. How you doing out there this morning? We're kind of wrapping things up. Kind of a quick coffee with Krueger today. Not a whole lot to discuss. Not a ton of people watching. I mean, everyone's just getting ready to go on their weekend, so I'm not going to focus too much energy here, but yeah, we got a few people kind of chiming in this morning, some of our regulars. We have got, who's checking in here? We've got Tracy Sackett say good morning and happy Friday. Hope everyone has a safe holiday weekend. Of course, you're welcome, Tracy. Glad to do it. Good morning, TGIF. That's what we got going on here from Nick Woods. I agree, TGIF, and especially if you have a 3-day weekend. It's especially, thank goodness, right? Let's see what else we got here. We got Terry Murray Holman. Again, I should just stick with the first names. Good morning. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. We've got Chris chiming in this morning, also saying good morning to you. Good morning to you, Heidi. Heidi ho. How you doing? I don't know. Heidi ho. Well, I don't know why I said that. There you go. Yeah. It's one of those days, folks. It's Friday. I think everyone's just I'm kind of feeling low key today. So that's why I don't have as much energy. It's not because I'm down or anything like that. I'm just, kind of chill. Kind of chill today. And sometimes that's not such a bad thing. So I'm enjoying it. Well, that's going to do it. I hope you all have 3-day weekends. If you don't, well, welcome to the club. It is what it is. I mean, why do they call it Labor Day when really that's a day of labor? I don't know. But I hope you all have a safe and happy holiday weekend. I know I will. I'm going to try to. I've got some travels. We're traveling to the coast tomorrow morning. That windy road on Highway 299. It's fun. Well, folks, that is going to pretty much wrap it up here. Be sure to check in through the afternoon. By the way, have a great weekend from Jennifer. By the way, I just want to remind you that there's something new that I've added to the website. Kind of hard to tell. Not everyone can see. I got the music kind of going in the background. Should be kind of fun. No, I don't have it going yet. But if you go to the neighborhood forecast, and this is something that I really want to make sure people are really taking advantage of, because this is just a great asset, and I think a great tool for many of you. Because especially on a weekend like this, where you might be traveling somewhere around Northern California, right? So you'll notice at the very top it says Neighborhoods, Valley, Trinity County, North Coast, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains. You can click on either one of those, right? Or if you're a visual person, there's a map for you right here. So let's go to, I don't know, Eastern Mountains. You click on that. So a couple of things. Number one, and this is something I just started doing the last week or so. You see right there? Right there at the very top is a video that I record once a day in the morning. And it's a personalized forecast for each and every single neighborhood. So when you click on the Eastern Mountains, what do you get? You get the Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. So let's click on it, right? You click on it, and there it is, right? There's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. And then, of course, it goes to me, and I say, good morning, how you doing? And I've got your forecast for you. And it's just for the Eastern Mountains. So if you're traveling there, you want to know what's going on, you get a nice detailed forecast. You have me kind of dictating what's going on, and not dictating, but talking about it and explaining everything and giving you the detail that you love and enjoy from Weather NorCal. There's your Labor Day weekend right there, right? Then, of course, I've also got kind of a daily discussion that I update once a day, Monday through Friday in the morning. And then, of course, if you're just looking for some still images, you can click on Bernie, Chester, Susanville, Paradise, hour by hour. You've also got the maps here that are right here. And you've also got the 7-day forecasts. So I just wanted you to know that this is something that's available for everybody. So again, you can see right here, you click on the Valley. Look what happens. Now you have the neighborhood forecast for the Valley. And there are your hour by hours and your maps, if you want them. So it's becoming a much better tool for you to use for that neighborhood forecast. So again, I just wanted to kind of point that out and talk about that. But in the meantime, I want you to go out there and enjoy your holiday weekend. We are going to leave you with some cameras. Let's get you to it and enjoy it. What's going on here? Can we do that? Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. It's Friday. I'm getting ready to just head on out. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's going. All right, so yeah, looking at Lake Oroville. We'll leave you with some cameras. Have a great Labor Day weekend. And I will be back on Monday. I'll probably be doing a brief Coffee with Krueger on Monday because a lot of people are going to be out and about. But, maybe you want to check in. But I'll be back here on Monday with your Coffee with Krueger. And, of course, all of your regular video updates as well. Over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you've got Brian Wilson. Until I see you next week, have a great weekend and enjoy your day and weekend.